The only time that I really am stopped in my tracks when I'm thinking about, okay, I'm building APIs and these need to be versioned. The only time I really think this way in sort of absolute terms is if I think that this API is going to be public or this API needs to be perfect. If those two thoughts cross my mind, this API is going to be public, this API needs to be perfect. This is usually a signal to me that I may want to version the API. And again, as we discussed in that last episode, one of the most important things to do with an API that is going to require versioning is to do versioning from version 1. If you don't add versioning in version 1, it can be a doozy. And I think this is the part that people get wrong quite a bit is they know the API is important or they know it's going to be public, but they've never really had to build an API that needs to be versioned before because truthfully, most APIs don't. Most ABIs don't, right? You're just like, you have the function call or the method call, and then as it changes, as it mutates, you just kind of update all the other code that is calling it, right? And that goes back to the original point I was making, which is if the code that calls into your interface is wholly controlled by you, you may not need versioning for your APIs. Or it's probably less severe to have, or less critical to have the versioning in things that are public facing or that you do feel that, I don't know, I need to get this perfectly right. And again, the reason for that is if you get it wrong, you're going to have to change code, of course, if anyone calls into this. But if all that code is in your control, like no big deal. Okay,